Here's my student nighttime routine, zero waste style. So usually in the evenings I do most of my work, which is really weird. Apparently lots of people don't do that, but in the mornings I tend to do more like chores, getting stuff around the house done and little bits and bobs, and then in the evening, usually about tea time, I get lots of work done. I think it's a mindset of, oh god, it's at the end of the day and I should get some stuff done, but it just works for me. It's when I'm most productive. So what you just saw was me doing some uni work. I'm currently working on revision, so I'm watching back lectures and stuff. And then in the evenings I shower, which is another 50-50 split. I really don't like going to bed sweaty and stuff. I feel like the bed is meant to be nice and clean and fresh when you wake up in the morning. Sometimes if I'm too busy I will shower in the mornings, but tend to do that in the evenings. So I'm going to take you through the process of what I do.
The first thing I do is wash my hair. This lets me keep in the conditioner whilst I shower. So I'm using my solid shampoo bar from Friendly Co, which is the most affordable one for me. And during this time I turn off my shower so it lets it lather up, because I don't need the water all the time, so it just saves a little bit of water. When I'm done with that, I rinse it off, ready to use my conditioner. Unfortunately, I am using one in a plastic bottle, but I'm using it up because I've had it for a long time and I don't often condition my hair. And I leave that in whilst I wash my body with either this solid soap, or I use my soap saver as a scrub, and I absolutely love using it. It lathers up so well, it gives my body a nice little scrub. And I also wash my face and body. Then I will sometimes go ahead with this little volcanic rock pumice stone and get my feet, and I also use my safety razor. So here's me using that to lather up, and it's honestly one of my favourite eco swaps. It's so easy. And then when I'm done, I rinse off the conditioner and use this second-hand towel to dry off the sides of baths to prevent mould. As you can see, the previous tents didn't do that, so it's not in the best condition, but to make sure I keep up the quality of the housing, I do that. And then I wrap my hair up in another second-hand towel. All our towels are second-hand, and get my pyjamas. Next thing I do, so I don't forget, is rinse off my safety razor to keep it in top-tip shape.
So that's all done. Next thing I'm going to do is cleanse my face using this Eco Bar cleanser and these cotton rounds that I bought, I'm not even sure where, probably Amazon, at the start of my zero waste journey, which is so bad. These are easy to make yourself, or just use like the corner of a towel. But I'm just going to wet it and have a bit on there till it comes off, and then cleanse my face. Now, I'm not much of a beauty person. I've never really been, and I don't have much of that facial care routine, but I really love Constructive Co, what they stand for and the products they make. So I thought I'd try out their cleanser, and it really does make my face feel fresh. So I'm just going to rinse it off. And then I use this brush, which I know is not conventional for zero wasters, but I already had it, and I did want to get a fancy bamboo brush, but then I'd have to bin this one. I also mentioned this in my zero waste morning routine. I'll link it up here. At this point, I might also clean my ears if I need to, using cotton buds. I have bamboo ones and some of these leftover paper ones that I've had just mixed in a jar. And I am just using those up because I don't like having products that you have to keep repurchasing if you don't have to. And I have this stick thing, which is like a loop. So instead of like, because cotton buds are really bad, apparently they push the earwax in rather than collecting stuff. This has a little loop and you can like collect it. Either way, you're not supposed to be poking stuff in your ears, but I have such like an itch sometimes where I just have to poke one of these in my ears. And I make sure to compost those afterwards, because they are just made out of paper and cotton and obviously your bodily fluids, so it should all be compostable. And make sure you put that in your compost instead of recycling, because that'll be disgusting to recycle. Next thing I'm going to do is brush my teeth. Like I mentioned in my morning routine, I use an electric toothbrush. It's secondhand. It's from my parents who weren't using it anymore. I'm sure there are plenty of these online being sold, but I just think they're better for cleaning my teeth, which I value a lot more. And currently I am using these, which are recyclable brushes, but I'm pretty sure the bristles aren't, and I want to find something that has been recycled into these, because if they're just going to be recycled again, you know what I mean, like what are they being recycled into? You never see that. But I also want to find a company, or like, please, if you're a company or like a person who's looking for an idea, make toothbrushes like the typical Oral-B and like other ones that are commonly used, where you just have to replace the head, because it annoys me so much they have to bin the whole thing, where it's just that's the hygienic part that needs replacing. We have a couple of toothpaste going around that need reusing because of when we were testing out. Our favourite is Dent Tabs, which we currently don't have in, to not tempt us to use that, and so that we reuse everything else. We have this Colgate, which is a recyclable tube, still plastic, never buying that again, but it did taste fine at the time, and it had fluoride in it and stuff like that. We also have this non-fluoride one from Lush, which tastes horrendous, but I will be using this one up today, because the other one that we have to use up tastes even worse, and it's Dairy Organics. It's just clay. It's like tangy clay, and I hate it. It's disgusting. I have a full review video up here. And yeah, we also have the mouthwash ones, but I never reach for them, so I might see if there's some zero waste person that wants these, and I'll just post them to them. But yeah, before I get to brushing my teeth, I am going to floss them, and I am using this Dairy Organics one. I don't know if it's generally zero waste flosses, but I find it breaks and frays so easily, but I mean, it gets the job done in the end. And I know there's a whole thing about flossing before or after you brush your teeth. Apparently, I don't know, but I don't think there is that much of a difference. I personally think it just gets out like the big chunks and lets your toothbrush do all the work in the middle, if that makes sense. Yeah. And some people might find this disgusting, but I reuse this, and I've heard a lot of zero waste people reuse this. If it's not broken and it's not like obviously itty bitty, I just rinse it out like I'm doing right now, and keep it on the side and reuse it. I really feel like there should be some sort of reusable floss, even made out of like some really sturdy silicone or something, because I don't know why people are weirded out. There's several things you put in your mouth that you reuse, like a toothbrush. You're not putting, like, you're not binning it between each use. Same thing with a tongue scraper. Like stainless steel, I just don't get it. Like, if maybe you had a rule where you have to like boil it before you use to make sure it's sterilized properly, but I really hate binning things like that. Now that that's done, I'm going to scrape my tongue. That's the sentence I never thought I'd say. So this is a tongue scraper. I'd never even considered this till like 2 months ago about using this, but apparently dentists really recommend it, and I'm all about dental hygiene. And so I invested in one for myself and one for my boyfriend, and it's stainless steel, so it's pretty antibacterial. And basically, when you brush your teeth, there's the stuff that was on your teeth, some of it's still on your tongue, so that's what you basically do, is just hold it like that, and then in between each scrape I just rinse it off, and then when I'm done I probably rinse it and dry it and then hang it back up, and then it's good to go next time. So I'm just going to do that, and I won't include video footage of that for obvious reasons. It's apparently also a source of a lot of people's bad breath, so if you think you suffer from bad breath but you keep taking like mints and gums and brushing your teeth and not eating nasty stuff, it could be because of the stuff that's staying on your tongue and you're not cleaning your tongue. It just like, it then goes down your neck, and then, I don't know, it's weird stuff, but I make sure to tongue scrape every evening. And now, because I showered a bit earlier, it's only 10:30, only 10:30. Usually I'd go to bed now and watch some sort of series or movie with my boyfriend that we're currently watching, but because it is coming up exam season, I am going to spend a bit more time revising and doing work, and then we're going to watch something. I usually go to bed probably about 12, quite late, but that's just the way it works. Getting up early and going to sleep early is not something that works for everyone. What works for us is sleeping in and working late, and it's fine either way, whatever gets the job done. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I have another video coming out, or it's already out, which is my morning routine, so I'd love if you check it out. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!